Hello and welcome to Tea and Cornbread, a conversation with Sean and Tracy. I am Sean.
And I'm Tracy.
And we are talking to you all that are 50 and fabulous.
And don't forget handsome.
And we want you to know that we want to get some education happening, some empowerment.
We want to grow with you. We want to learn with you. We want to see what you're doing, 50 and over.
So like, share, comment, follow, subscribe,
grab your
tea. Hey, y'all. What's going on?
Yes.
This is Tea and Cornbread.
Happy day, people.
Happy day. A conversation with Sean and Tracy. Hey, Trey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are
you? Good.
What's the tea, Trey? What's the tea?
Let's see. I went jumping rope on Wednesday. I went to Double Dutch.
Nice. I missed it. I'm sorry.
You did. We had so much fun.
I'm going to be there, though.
Listen. So hopefully we'll get back into doing that on the agenda soon.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, busy weekend.
Yeah.
I'm one of those crazy last minute, and I'm normally not like this, shopper. So I was out yesterday, and probably going to do it again today.
All right.
I think I'm getting a high from it now. And I don't, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I have nothing to shop for. I think I'm just out there. How about me?
Yeah, but you used to be that one that did Black Friday.
I used to.
Yeah. I was never that one.
I
was
used to
never
do that.
one.
And then something said, you're crazy. I think when people start fighting and doing crazy over TVs and computers, it got to the point where it's just not worth it.
Listen, I saw a meme. It says, stop doing TVs and electronics for Black Friday. Do groceries.
How about that? Because the grocery
Right,
stores
'cause that's
do
what
be
we
empty,
had.
because I have gone to the grocery store on Black
my
Friday and
goodness.
nobody's there.
Yeah, but it's crazy. It's crazy.
So what did you do? What's going on with you? What's the tea
What
with
did
you?
I do? I didn't do anything.
No?
Did I? No. I didn't do it. It was uneventful.
Okay.
It really was.
Just you time?
Well, kind of, but not really. I mean, worked, but
Okay.
worked in a way where, I got some stuff done. Put it that way. I was very productive.
Didn't you do
I'll say that.
something, housework or something you were working on?
Yeah, the kitchen.
Nice.
And it's
Nice.
coming along. I'm so happy. Yes.
Good.
So, yeah,
Good.
yeah. We were doing that. But today's episode is about what is your goals for 2024, personally, business-wise. For the listeners, are you the person that writes or does a vision board? Are you a person that does that writes your goals down or thinks about what you want to accomplish in 2024? Yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about today.
Yes.
Because it's coming.
It's about 2
It's
weeks away.
Coming.
Yes.
It's crazy how
The
year
time
just
really
went by
just it did.
fast.
It did. And you just woke up and we're here.
In December, right?
It's like,
Oh my goodness,
it's almost
crazy.
over.
It's almost over.
Well, onto a new adventure.
Yes. Yes.
So
What's the new you? What are you doing
there
in
you
the
go.
new year?
What are you doing in the new year? The new you.
Yeah. So we're going to start with our breathing.
Yes,
We
let's
didn't
do
start
it.
with our breathing. We were talking.
That's okay.
And then we're going to do our devotional.
Yes.
And then we're going to jump in.
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to inhale our intent for today's episode. I'm excited because, I love when we have our freestyle episodes. And also, we're going to exhale whatever did not serve us for 2023.
Let's do it.
What we're using today is called highest potential. Remember, we're inhaling, holding your breath, deep inhale through your nose, holding your breath for 4 seconds, and then exhale for 7. And when you're inhaling your intent for the day. And it also brings down the cortisol level, and it calms your nerves. If you're ever having where you realize that you're like stressed out or moving too fast or whatever, just take a breath. Take a deep breath. All right.
Yes.
So, have you thought about that?
thought about my goals, or things that I'm going to change, professional, personal. Um, I think the one of my biggest personal goals is again to. It's gonna sound crazy because I'm always in the gym. Is get back into the gym, eating healthy. I really have fell off over the last month or more. It's the holiday season. Do I use it as an excuse to eat bad at times? I do, because I just do. There's no, So I think that's one of my top goals right now is to get back into taking care of me, because if I don't eat right, I don't feel good. And again, I've said this before, it's not about me trying to be a size 8. That's not going to happen. That's not my goal. My goal is to feel good, and I want to look good to me. That's it.
I love it. I love
That's
it.
it.
Because when I'm talking to people and they go on and on about not feeling well, and they don't understand that their eating habits and their lifestyle is the reason why they don't feel well, but they don't want to change anything.
Right.
So then that means you don't want to feel well.
Right.
So I'm so glad you said I want to feel good.
I want to feel good.
You know what I mean? And feeling good just means, okay, what do you need to do to feel good? You know, why would we still say, for instance, I had a client that was talking about her ankles and her feet.
Mm-hmm.
And she says once she stopped eating sandwich meat, she realized that her feet and stuff didn't swell like it used to. And she said, but one day she was out with somebody and they had sandwiches, and she was like, you know what, I'm going to just have a sandwich. I haven't had one in a while. She said by the end of the day, her foot was swollen.
Oh, wow.
And it was painful. You know what I mean? It was painful. And people don't understand that it can happen just that easy. You know, once you learn how food affects your body, you will know what to eat and what not to eat so that you feel good. You definitely would. And, that's what I do. I coach people into teaching you how to
eat better.
Not even so much eat better, is identify what your body doesn't like. You know what I mean? Eating better, yeah, we can all eat. There's some people that can't have broccoli or can't have, you know what I mean? So eating better, yes, but at the same time, identifying and understanding what your body needs. That makes a difference, because we can do all the things, and what I do for me may not work for what you,
Bottom
for you,
line.
you know what I mean? I may be able to eat in dairy, and you may not be able to tolerate it at all, but people think we got to have it, and it's one of the worst things on the planet to have. Dairy, sugar, and processed foods. I don't know if anybody saw my post where it says, stop eating the crap. And it was carbohydrates. Wait a minute. I should. Let me pull it up. So I'm not quoting you wrong. It's carbohydrates. CRAP stands for carbohydrates, refined sugars, artificial foods, and processed foods.
I saw that, and I don't eat anything that you have up here.
All right. That's what we all say.
I don't. Soda, I have.
That's what we all say.
Let me not say that. I do want to enjoy a soda every now and again, but it depends on what I'm eating. I don't eat meat. I do eat fish, so I'm a pescatarian. And when I tell people that, they say, like, don't you miss chicken? Yeah. I will sit here and tell you, do I want a hot chicken wing? I do. But I just don't. I do, but I don't, if that makes sense. I do. But I have done it for almost 10 years now, so it doesn't affect me. It doesn't.
Okay. And that's how it is, right?
I'm almost afraid to eat one now, like you said, because I think if I do, I may not feel well. But that might be in my head, keeping me away from it, which is fine with me.
I'm gonna tell you, I stopped eating pork and beef and lamb, when we call it red meat, everything red meat, right? I stopped eating those things since 94. I haven't had them since 94. I haven't had them consciously since 94. When I started reading labels and started learning more about paying attention exactly what you're eating, I didn't realize the chicken sausages and turkey bacon and things like that I was eating all the time. They were wrapped in pork skin. So when you think you're not eating it, you are. And then
Yeah, and some of your snacks and stuff too
exactly,
have pork in them.
exactly, and
Not yours, but I'm saying.
I know what you mean. Even down to cornbread. Just learned recently, lard is made from, I believe, pig fat.
You said
Yep.
cornbread?
Yep. If you look at the ingredients and it has lard in it, that's what it's made from. It's all right. We're
Okay.
eating it now.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
But I'm just saying, right?
But no, it
but
is
when
good to read labels, but you
right,
don't want to get so addicted to reading labels that you're scaring yourself away from stuff.
Right. Well, if you're trying to feel better and you're trying to eliminate toxins in the body, you have to be diligent about reading labels. You have to. Now, whether you decide to still eat it or not is a different story, right? So
Yeah.
just like we're eating this,
Yeah,
right?
I was going to say, because certain stuff, I'm just going to.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's the point. And it's not about you becoming crazy about it,
Yeah.
but just being aware and knowing too if you're not feeling good. So, like for instance, I didn't feel good a couple weeks ago, right? And both of us, we were both sick a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago, right? And there were so many people sick, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. But whenever I feel a little tickle in my throat, I stop all things and I just go straight into drinking, like flushing my system out. And when I tell you, honest to God, it only lasts 3 days max. Where most people are going a whole week or 2 weeks or whatever, I still had the mucus, which was crazy because I usually don't have that much mucus when I get sick. But I had the mucus, so blowing my nose lasted longer than usual. But as far as my energy, as far as,
Feeling
the aches or
down
anything
or-
like that,
yeah.
yeah. Coughing, I didn't have a cough anymore. I didn't have any of that. So, and I flushed my system out, And so what we need to know is, like I'll detox at least once a quarter. You know what I mean? And sometimes I do it. I fast during the week anyway, right? But detox at least once a quarter. And when you do, if you never detox, you need to at least once a year to twice a year if you're not going to be diligent enough to do it, more often, because we inhale so much, we inhale, yeah, but we ingest so much, our ailments, our disease are all what we put in our mouth. It starts in our gut. Everybody thinks, oh, it's hereditary, oh, it's this and that. But in research,
Who told you that?
right. Well, who
No,
tells
no,
us, right?
no.
But in research and listening to people, and I follow and I read so much, disease is environmental. It's not hereditary. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not genetic. There's less than 5% of diseases that are genetic. Right.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, and you know what? I need to make sure that I have those resources for people to look that up. But
Yeah.
you can look it up. And so a lot of it is environmental. So environmental just means as you grow up, you're going to eat and do what you learned as a kid.
Right,
If your mother fried chicken all the time, you're going to fry chicken all the time. If your mother did this, that, and the other, unless you want to make the changes yourself.
Yeah.
And everything, all of our diseases are linked to what we eat.
And like you said, environmental is where you're living, what you're around,
Yeah.
in the air,
Yeah.
So
All of that.
yeah, we need to pay attention to all those things.
Right. And
Definitely.
One of the other things is, too, we don't know what we're eating because we just, marketing is cool. Marketing, it'll convince you that you need it and you will buy it, right? But we
Yes.
don't know that a lot of the things that we have on our shelves are not good for us. So I do a service that's called the Kitchen Detox. And let me tell you,
You be throwing away people's stuff out their kitchen?
No, I don't.
What do
no,
you do?
I don't. No, I don't throw anything away.
Tell me what you do with it.
is I educate people on what they have in their cabinets and what they're using and how to swap the bad with the good. You know what I mean? So, like for instance, what was my favorite? I used to use adobo. all the time. I don't know if we should be saying names, right? I don't know. But anyway, I used to use that. And when I started reading labels, I was just like, oh, this got to go.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because there's different things in it that are not good for us. And when we're ingesting these things on a regular basis, because people go, yeah, I've never had a problem with this or I never had a problem with that. But when you have years of using something or years of eating something, eventually it's going to turn into, because you think about people that are smokers, they don't get the backlash of smoking until they
Years later.
Yeah, they've been smoking for 40 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you think about that. So it's the same with our food. And our food is getting worse.
Yeah.
It's getting worse. They're adding more things. And America has the worst in processed
Well, you
foods
got
and
to
the
figure
things that
things
they
are
allow.
mass produced to keep people eating.
Absolutely.
You know, so
'Cause the
that's
process-
part of the problem.
Our
And
taste buds are hijacked.
yeah, the quality of that stuff has decreased. You know,
Right.
like you said, we don't want to say names and labels, but things we used to have growing up does not even taste the same. You know, so there you go. You know, we do. We have to be conscious. We have to take care of self. We talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
You know.
And realizing that education is key.
Definitely.
The more you know, when we
Definitely.
know better, we do better, right? And that's one of the things that is the biggest thing is just teaching people to become aware of what they are doing, and eventually you'll start eliminating things one at a time. And when you're eliminating it, you're replacing it with something better. You know what I mean? It's not about throwing stuff away and taking everything from you, or cold turkey. Because people go, well, I'm gonna still eat my this, that, and the other. Okay, I'm just saying, if your fingers are swollen all the time, your legs are swollen all the time, and things like that, and you stay in the gym, something ain't right. Because usually they'll go, oh, it's because I got to work out, this, that. Yeah, working out is definitely another way of making sure that the body is supporting the body's natural healing process. I should say it that way, right?
But it goes hand in hand in what you're putting inside your body too.
Like you said, I want to get,
Yeah, definitely does.
Yeah. So, and it's one thing, 1 day, 1 hour, 1 minute at a time that you can change. You don't have to change everything at one time.
No.
If you think about it, you didn't get to where you are overnight. So when you're making healthy changes, it's 1 day, 1 hour, 1 minute at a time.
Definitely.
And it's a lifestyle. I know everybody go, oh, it's a lifestyle change. It is, literally,
Well, it has to be, because
It
if
has
it's
to be.
not, it's just a little fad that you're going through.
Exactly.
Like people
Which
are going to
the
talk
beginning
about
of the year.
See, we're
They-
thinking the same thing. I was getting ready to say. People
Yeah.
are going to say at the beginning of the year, one of the things they're going to be is going back to the gym. They're going to eat better. Myself included. I've done it. You know what I mean? You hear people already, January 1st. I'm starting over.
Yep.
I'm at the point where I'm saying you don't got to wait for January 1st.
Right.
Why don't you do it
Don't
Wednesday?
wait for Monday. They
Don't
always say
you
wait
know?
for Monday.
And I say the same thing you said, a little steps.
Yep.
Nobody's asking you to revamp your whole routine,
Right.
to give up everything that you love and you like all at once.
Right.
It just doesn't work.
Right.
You're setting yourself up for failure if you do that.
So there's another statistic. They always say, and this will go into doing the 21-day Daniel fast, right?
Okay.
They say it takes 21 days to create a habit, right? It takes 66 days for it to become
Lifestyle?
for it to become a habit,
Okay.
right? 21 days to create a habit, 66 days for it to become a habit, 254 days for it to be sustainable,
Okay.
for it to be a permanent habit.
Okay.
So when we say it that way, the first time I learned that, because they're like, oh, it takes 21 days. You could change things in 21. Yeah, you can start a habit. It takes 21 days for that habit to be created, right? But 254 days before it becomes a permanent habit. So if you think about your lifestyle changes, or if you think about feeling better, if you think about any of those things, you got to give yourself at least 254 days. That's almost a year, right? You have to give yourself at least 254 days for it to be a permanent change.
So is that one of your goals or things that you want to achieve for 2024?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And mine is exercise. Some
Okay.
type of exercise. You know what I mean?
You do some type of exercise already.
Not every day.
Doesn't have to be every
it's
day.
Not, well, no, you're right. Not consistently.
Doesn't have to
I'm not
be. Okay.
consistent with it.
Okay.
I'm going to say it that way. I'm not consistent with exercise at all. I'm not consistent with exercise. But that's my goal. That's on my list for 2024 for Sean, is to do some type of exercise more often. Yes, the double dutch is on my list, and I do it. But when you fall off, it's hard to get back on.
Definitely.
So I'm going to try. And the other thing is I want to try to throw the word "but" in the garbage.
Okay. Take it out. Take it out. Stop yourself when you hear yourself saying it.
Because "but" just means...
It makes it a negative automatically.
You're not going to do it.
Yeah.
It's an excuse.
Yeah.
Wait, what's his name? Byron, he just said it. Was it him yesterday? Byron Allen said, never mind. Never mind, because I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't.
Did you have it on your phone or no?
No, he said banks you can't deposit excuses in a bank, so I'm not going to accept them.
There you go.
I'm paraphrasing because
but I get the gist of what you're saying.
Right. And so when we say "but," that's part of an excuse.
Yeah.
And that's a way to get out of or
in case I
keep you
failed,
from,
but I did,
to keep you from
achieving your goal.
Exactly.
Achieving your goal. There
That
should be
gives
no
you an
but.
out.
Yeah, I'm going to work out, but if I have to work, I'm not going to be up, So we do it. We all do it.
So I find myself saying "but" a lot, and that's one of my goals too, is to throw that word in the garbage.
Okay. Work on it. I'm pretty sure that you will be able to achieve it.
It is. Yeah, one day, 1 hour, 1 minute at a time.
And that's all it takes.
Yeah. And you know what we did not do is read our devotional.
We didn't.
Come on.
You
gonna read it?
I can. And this is funny that I'm gonna do this, but I need to take my glasses off.
Okay. I have to take mine off to read too.
So today is December 17th. Yesterday was my baby's birthday.
Oh. Happy birthday, Bill Tim?
No, Terrence.
Terrence, happy.
It's okay.
We crazy.
Did y'all see that? It's okay.
We crazy. Happy birthday, Terrence. Shout out to Terrence.
Happy birthday, son. Okay. It says, "Come to me with your gaping emptiness, knowing that in me you are complete. As you rest quietly in my presence, my light within you grows brighter and brighter. Facing the emptiness inside you is simply the prelude to being filled with my fullness. Therefore, rejoice on the days when you drag yourself out of bed, you're feeling sluggish and inadequate. Tell yourself that this is a perfect day to depend on me in childlike trust. If you persevere in the dependence as you go through the day, you will discover at bedtime that joy and peace have become your companions. You may not realize at what point they joined you on your journey, but you will feel the beneficial effects of their presence. The perfect end to such a day is a doxology of gratitude. I am he from whom blessings flow." It's 2 Corinthians 4:6, Matthews, and then Colossians, and I'm having a time this morning, and that's it.
But wait, give me the spelling of the word you were just trying to say.
Okay, DOXOLOGY. Doxology. Yeah.
Doxology.
Yes, we don't know everything, and we're looking it up, and she's going to tell us what it says. She is Sean. I am sorry.
Oh, it's a liturgical. I may be saying that word
That's
wrong.
okay. We're
Formula
human.
of praise to God. After the singing of the doxology, the congregation separated.
Okay. Word of the day.
Praise
We didn't know.
Doxology.
I didn't know.
Praise God, from whom blessings flow.
Yes.
That's it.
He's always with us, even when we're not paying attention. So
always. Praise God. Okay. So what are your goals for 2000? Oh, you said it already. You said you want to get to the gym.
I think I
you
said
want to
the
eat
gym.
better.
I want to eat better, and I think on a personal level to be more engaged, not just in what we're doing here, but definitely what we're doing here, but also when it comes to work outside of here. And I mean my 9 to 5, just to be a little bit more vocal, because I think at work I'm a little quiet. I'm a little behind the scenes, and I need to be more vocal. So that I think I need to work on that a little bit more. But yeah, that's it. I'm not going to put a whole bunch of stuff on my list.
Right.
I'm not, because if I do,
something's not going to happen.
Something's not going to happen, or something's going to be halfway done. And I don't want to do that to myself. So
right, I thank you for that, because I always have a long list, but we can have a long list and chop it up to say what's more important now, and take one thing and do some action steps, right? Or write some action steps, or figure out what action steps it's going to take for you to get that goal accomplished. Right. I think that's one of the things. There's a book called The 12-Week Year that I love, and I try to use it on a regular basis, and I did create some habits from it. But what it does, it chops down the year into 12 weeks.
Okay.
And so you'll get 12 weeks. You know, whatever the goal is that you have, or whatever your whatever your goal is that you have, is you take that goal and you break it down within 12 weeks. So you break it all the way down to the hour of the day. You know what I mean? So say, for instance, you want to go to the gym, right? For me, I'm going to say this for me, right? Because exercise is the thing that I want to do more of.
The exercise is the thing she's going to do more of.
The exercise is what I'm going to do more of. Thank you. Thank you for that correction. And the thing is, double dutch on Wednesday, because I'm doing my action steps, right?
Okay.
So, but every morning at least stretch. Okay. And so what that means is, even though we say every morning at least stretch, okay, what time in the morning, how much time, this, that, and other, you break it down like that. So I done it before, it's just doing it again. That's all. Get back on the wagon, right? So in the morning, you do your devotionals or your prayers. You know, that's what I do in the morning. I do my deep breathing, and that's before I get out the bed. You know what I mean? And then getting up and doing some stretches. So I like to do Qigong. Qigong is like Asian exercise that's just basically stretching, but it also helps with the respiratory system and all that. So I like to do that. Doing it often is what I need to do. So now it's putting it on my calendar and doing it 3 days a week minimum. You know what I mean? If I do it 5-7 days, then that's good. But if I say I'm doing it every day, I know that that's not going to happen right away, you know, but to get in the habit. So that's my habit that I want to do for 2024, is to exercise at least 3 times a week, whatever form of exercise that is. But Qigong and double dutch are going to be the main staples.
Okay. And I think that's one thing that you just said, that we have to stay focused. We set up our goals, we check them off, make them happen.
Yeah. And when you do, celebrate that for yourself. You know what I mean? Yep. If you celebrate it, it's like, oh, I did that, right? And then it's check mark. Okay, now go to the next item on the list. Yep. You know, and when you do that, you just feel so good, because you're not trying to do so much at one time. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one of the things that I have 2 coaches. And one's a spiritual coach, and the other one is a life coach, right? Okay. And they both asked, what is Sean doing? What does Sean want to do for her? What are your goals? So I wrote all this stuff down, this, that, and other. Nothing had anything to do with me. It was all business. Wow. And they don't know each other. And it was all business. And they were like, okay, and
this isn't what we're talking about.
Right. This is not for you. What are you doing for you? Yeah. And I had to think about it. And so that's when I came up with, I need to exercise. You know what I mean?
You just took a second look at your list and said, this is not.
Yeah. Even though those things on the list are still on the list.
Right.
But they're
it's
not
not
personal.
personally for Sean.
Right.